Hey there, it's Darren, day 215. Uh, did at least 28 minutes. Oops, 2-8. Uh, Actually, I think it was a lot more than that because I stopped it for a second and then forgot to start it again. But uh, I wrote another scene tonight where I'm trying to go for the pivotal scenes, the changing from plot point 1 to plot point 2. And this was plot point 2 to plot point 3 going into the final act. And this was, it's interesting trying to get the point across, give the emotional truth, but not get stuck too much in the literal truth. A little tired. Um, so in the real life story, um, when I was working at Bose Corporation, I remember I was up on Bose Mountain, which is a separate building from where I worked, and I was in a meeting room, and my buddy Dave Fitzgerald, one of my mentors and key in the story, was sick and passing from cancer, and I knew it wasn't going to be long, and I didn't know what day, but I was in a meeting, and I remember getting the call, and just absolutely distraught. Held it in as long as I could, but started bawling, and took the shuttle down to the main room because there was no sense of me being in a meeting. I wasn't registering anything, and I got back and told my boss what happened and just said I need to take a walk. Walked outside and across the parking lot. It was a hot, sunny day, and I walked to the far end of the parking lot away from everything. It was just like 3 tiny little sets of stairs there, and I just sat there and thought. And it was an incredibly still day. I just remember, and then this fabulous breeze hit me across the face. And I just looked up and started laughing because Dave Fitzgerald's main message was try to remember to feel the breeze. It's so great to be alive. And I get a little choked up even just thinking about it. But it was like a pivotal point where he had been telling it, or I had been telling him, I'm trying to find that story. I'm trying to find that story, trying to find that story that would make my career, the signature story, the funny bit that would make my comedy career if I was still plugging that. And he kept telling me, you got to take what you have and make it so good that someone's willing to pay to hear that. And I think in that moment or around that time frame is when I really started understanding what he was saying, and that was the reason that I joined the speech contest, or one of the main reasons I joined the speech contest, to work on stories I was already telling with the sole purpose of making them better, so it would raise the value of my keynote speech. So I always picture that scene, and if you remember the learnings, if you've been following along in the Save the Cat book by Blake Snyder, he said that when that happens, there should always be this like whiff of death, meaning just a little sense and seeing an image that something died. So I might do that where there's a flower or something next to me when I'm sitting on the stairs that I look at and see that it's gone. So it's definitely an emotional scene and a pivotal scene, but that brings us from 2 into 3. And if you're following the Conquer Hero's Journey by Joseph Campbell, that's when we come back to the ordinary world. So anyway, I was tired and falling asleep, but I kind of had to wake myself up to get this done, and I'm glad I did. It came out right. So when I wrote the actual scene, um, I was trying to plant the seeds of a few ideas, and let's see what I wrote. John Yates, who was one of my coworkers at Bose, he had this great quote. So I made it a conversation between him and I in the break room. And he actually asked me if I'm going to join the speech contest, and I say no, I'm too busy trying to book myself. And turned to and asked him. I said, John, you work half the hours of everybody else here and sell twice as much. Like, what's your secret? Because my numbers weren't doing good at the time. And he said, I don't. Everybody else here is trying to sell, trying to sell. I'm just trying to make people laugh. And he said the same days I don't make people laugh are the same days I don't sell much either. And then after that is when my boss is going to walk in to the room and tell me I got an urgent phone call that I need to take. So we'll see. I think I feel good about it. And during the rewrite, that's when I'll worry about it and make it better or perfect and see if it fits. But I got to remember my whole goal is to just get the version 1.0 done. When I was writing Laugh and Get Rich, it was to get the book half written, because I knew if I got it half written that I'd have to follow it through. And now I got to get my mindset off of making the scene perfect and try and get to the mindset of just getting it done. Get the version 1.0 done, and we'll clean it up and fix it later on and shorten it later on. But right now, we'll just get it done. So I hope to take Saturday afternoon and do some writing. But either way, longer video, but a lot to talk about. I hope this is really inspiring you to do something, because it is keeping me accountable to do these little videos, but I really want you to see the process of going for the dream, because it's not fun. It's not exciting. And when we tell the story, we just tell the highlights. We don't tell all the boring parts, but it takes those boring parts to get to the highlights. So I'm psyched with my progress today. How about you? What will you do today? I hope you do something, because it feels good when you're done. See you tomorrow. Stage time.